Hello, this is RJ Steinert. I'm going to take you through adding a tool to the FarmHack tool section. First thing I want to do is I want to show you a tool, and then we're going to draw parallels between the tool that I show you and the add tool form that we'll be exploring and adding our own test tool in this video. So let's go to a tool that I am familiar with. The Fido Greenhouse Monitoring with Text Messaging Alerts. So here we have the tool page for Fido Greenhouse Monitoring Text Message Alerts tool. And a tool on FarmHack consists of 3 different sections. Up here we have the profile of the tool, which includes a short description, what stage it's at, who it was originally submitted by, what kind of tool it is. And then we have the tool's wiki. And this is the part that anyone can edit, this is the documentation for the tool. How to build it, what it's good for. It's essentially the collective knowledge of what everyone considers this tool to be. And down at the bottom we have the third part is the tool forum. And the tool forum is where anybody can submit a topic. You can either submit new information, submit an idea, ask a question, or report a problem. On the left-hand column here we have just a list of recent comments on topics. So these are the topics here. And here we have a running roll of comments on various different topics. So you can see this is a comment on a question. This is a comment on a problem. Lots of comments on questions. So feel free to come in here and ask questions. Alright, so that gives you a general idea of what the tool page looks like when you're done. So now let's check out the tool form. So I'm logged in. Anyone can do this as long as you're logged in. Anyone can add a tool. So I'm going to click Add a Tool now that I'm logged in. I'm just going to open in a new tab here. I'm going to keep our page over there. So this is the Create Tool form. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to give this tool a name. So let's call it RJ's Test Tool. And the second thing that I'll point out is we have this checkbox here that we can check. It says Exclude from the Tools list. This is Sandbox. This is a really handy thing to check when you're first submitting a tool, because it's going to allow you to work on your tool a little bit, maybe collaborate with other people, send people the URL, say, hey, work on this tool with me, and then later you can go back and uncheck this. And when you do that, where before it would not show up in the tools list in the public directory, but now it will show up. So it gives you a little bit of leeway as far as trying to make sure that you're crossing all your T's and dotting all your I's. So next thing that we'll look at is we have this image field. The image field, this one is for right now. What we're doing is we're filling out the top part of a tool. So the profile part, which is that first section. So name, short description, image, stage, these things. These are the things that we're filling out in this form. The other things we'll do second, after we submit the tool. So this image field is for this image right here. That'll show up for your tool. Alright, we have a tag section, and right now we're not proactively using the tags on the site, but we might be using tag clouds and things like that if you're familiar with that. For now we're just going to leave that alone. Now the short description field, this part right here. So I'm just going to write this is a short description. Stage. we have the 4 stages to select from, and we have a little help text down here to tell you more about the stages, what we consider those stages to mean. I'm going to say that this is a concept RJ's test tool. Not really a functional prototype, or not something that I can do it myself, a DIY thing, as in I can build it, and definitely not a commercial product. Alright, here, now we have the type. And going back, type is down here. And we've come up, in the Farm Hack community, we've come up with a couple of different types of tools that we think are pretty universal. If you have any suggestions, feel free to submit them to us in the website tool that I actually maintain as a new idea in my forum. But so these are the ones that we're working with right now. And if, let's say, my tool is Universal Farm, I'm going to click this little plus button. See, we have it pop up over here on the right. We can actually pick more than one. Energy, yes, energy, definitely related to energy. And honey, definitely. And now let's say I made a mistake. Actually, it's not related to energy at all. So I can remove it by clicking this minus. Great. Okay. And now, time for the revision log message. Revision log messages are for explaining why you made a change to something. And we'll get into that more later, especially in the wiki tutorial. But for now, right now, I'm just going to write in the log for all the edits on this. This is just going to be, this is my first try at this tool. And I'm going to click Save. Tool, RJ's test tool, has been created. Alright, so now we have, as you can see, we have this profile first section up here filled out. Yes, my short description, the 2 categories that I added for the type, stage is concept, originally submitted by me. And now we have, down here, we have an empty wiki page and an empty forum. So, I should probably start filling this wiki page out. So, to do that, to get started on your wiki documentation for your tool, you're going to go ahead and click the Edit This Wiki. And we're going to skip the title and the tags. Those things don't really show up. And just focus on the images for this documentation, and then the text part of the documentation itself as well. So, let's upload an image for RJ's test tool. Maybe an image of me. Cool. So, I'm going to go ahead and submit this with just a little bit of documentation. And add some stuff in the revision log, and you will see why that's important in just a second. Click Save. Here we go. We have a first picture in the tool wiki and a little bit of documentation. When I click on the picture, it opens in the bigger form. So this is kind of like a gallery. And if I check the revisions, click on revisions for this tool wiki. See, I have 2 revisions. First picture added, and the first save.